want to show you how I built the dust cover for the Pioneer 15 turntable. The first thing we need to do is take the measurements of the turntable and the height we want. I specifically wanted to make it 75 millimeters tall. It's important to note that the pieces at the corners should overlap. Therefore, we have to subtract the width of the acrylic. As we will see, it is joined by overlapping and it must be very well calculated. So, we have to consider the 4 millimeters of thickness of the acrylic. If you make it 3 or 5, you have to make the corresponding subtraction. The piece, instead of 338, is 330. Once we have the measurements, we go to a vector design program, like Illustrator, and we enter the measurements we have taken. In this specific case, they are 430 millimeters by 338 millimeters. This will be the top cover, and from this shape we duplicate it. We modify the height specifically to 75 millimeters. This, as you make it to measure, you do it to your liking. If you want it higher or lower, you decide, making sure that the lid should not touch the turntable's arm. We make the 5 pieces, and once we have them, we have to export them in PDF format. A company will cut them with a laser cutter. I specifically send it by email, as we will see, and then I go to pick it up when they have it cut. There are companies that cut with laser in all medium cities. It is about finding a good supplier. We have to take into account that the distance between the rectangles is small, so they charge us less for the acrylic. We take care of the acrylic, or we carry it in a pen drive and the company cuts it for us. This is the best way for the cut pieces to be in the best possible way. The cut has this protective plastic so it doesn't scratch, and we have to peel it a little to be able to stick it. Before sticking it, it is interesting to place the pieces with painter's tape so it doesn't move. We will open it again, and with the special glue for acrylic that you can buy in hardware stores, a line is made all around the edge so they can be attached. Depending on the glue you use, it takes more or less time to dry. This one is slow drying because it allows me to go a little slower and safer and not make mistakes. So, it is interesting that it is square. That is, you have to have a piece that is at a right angle that allows us to maintain the right angle at 90 degrees and that it dries without moving. Once the glue's drying time has passed, we can peel, remove the protection, and make the other pieces. In the second piece, I chose to peel them before sticking them because that plastic bothered me. I prepare everything before assembling it, and this makes it easier for me. The painter's tape is a good idea, because if not, a small disaster occurs because things fall, and with the glue already applied, everything is more stable. It's always the same process. It is positioned, the painter's tape is attached. It is opened again, the line of glue is put, and it is put back at a right angle and left to dry. Once these two pieces are already dry, we have to attach them to each other. And the same, we will make the line of glue. The order of gluing the pieces is important so we can put the glue on correctly. It's important not to rush to do these things. Sometimes if you try to go fast, it's worse. The joint is bad. The glue drips and stains the acrylic and you have to start over. It's better to go slowly and without rushing. Since the two pieces were made at 90 degrees, everything will be at 90 degrees and it will be a perfect box. Before it completely dries, make sure everything is well aligned. Nothing protrudes. And that's why I also help myself with this piece to make sure it's level. Once it's dry, we can move on to sticking the top cover. We peel it on one side to allow us to check that everything is well aligned, that the measurements have been correct. And we can now put the line of glue all around the perimeter. Be careful, don't overdo it or fall short. We present the pieces very slowly to avoid making mistakes. Check everything is well positioned, aligned, and now we can let it dry. And we will have the cover made.